Hey guys, what's up? It's Anthony Perez, and here's my garden plot presentation. Let's get right into it. So, back in August, we were planting our beds, we were weeding, and we were moisturizing the soils. We added nutrients like 12 ounces of calcium, 6 ounces of sulfur, six ounces of magnesium, and we were smoothing out our beds. We were designing our layouts prior to the planting, and we finally started planning out our gardens. Compost and tilth soils were added as soil amendments, I think. Tilth was required because for these plants and roots to fully develop and obtain their health. Compost teas were added in late September and early October. It was added in order for these crops, plants to grow healthy and happy. Here's one quote from Dean Harrell. Healthy crops equals healthy humans. We have seen purslane, prickly lettuce, mallow, goosefoot, and etc. Grown on our garden beds. Yikes. These weeds would develop no matter how much quantity we tend to pull off from our beds. So that was like technically the only way to like reduce it whatsoever. We have also seen worms, slugs, ladybugs, caterpillars, etc. on our plant beds. Usually they consume organic matter to the plant leaves and the plant leaves. To prevent these pests, we needed to add compost. And here's what I planted, and you can see in the layout too. All the transplants are color coded in green, and the direct seeds are color coded in blue. And I also added depth. And when they were planted, I I planted lavenders, spinach, carrots, chard, potatoes, onions, lettuce, babe lettuce and romaine lettuce, cilantro, parsley, and hybrid broccoli. The majority were dickock plants, and you can see all the dates I also added when I planted those. And starting from September 19th, all of my plants were doing well overall. Several direct seedings and transplants started to develop. Soils are maintaining healthiness, moistures from the microbes, irrigation, and compost. My potatoes were now starting to develop their leaves, which was great. Unfortunately, my onions did not grow at all. Like they never developed ever since then, which sucks. Technically, they just died out, and I barely had any plants. Like you can literally see my plant bed so empty. Yeah. And yeah, that's when I added broccoli, cilantro, and parsley. And my transplants and direct seedings were staying consistent overall. A couple I started growing more leaves, and the leaves started growing bigger. My potatoes leaves started growing insanely huge. I'm like, what the heck? My Swiss chard and romaine lettuce was practically ready to harvest, and compost had been added not too long ago, in October. And yeah, they were just keeping it going. Like, heck yeah. And November, here's what you can see a before and after that I added. In November 7th, like the leaves were like already starting to like dry up. Like you can see like the brownish yellowish color. And on the 21st, that's when like they just died out, literally died out. But that's what they contribute the nutrients like to the potatoes for them to like fully develop and just ready to harvest. And overall, like I'll show you in the next slide, my plants were like doing really well, and they were like being ready to harvest occasionally. And no other plants have died due to like cold weather and rain whatsoever. Yeah. And here, as you can see in December, I took 8 pictures of each plant. I didn't get the other two, but yeah, I got most of it at least. Some were fully developed, but some were still developing. I harvested about 7 or more potatoes, which was amazing. Like I'm so proud of it. The carrots came out super huge. I wasn't expecting that, and they were next to each other. Like wow. Swiss chard and romaine lettuce were the first harvest in October and fully developed again. They just grow so quick, and the plants overall came out appealing and healthy, and their nutrients just contributed like to them. Like wow, it's amazing. Yeah, nature is great. And I just made some tasty dishes with my potatoes. I'm really proud how they came out. No one ever like doubted on me like how they would come out. Like yeah, they really hit it all out. Like it's amazing. And if I were to like redo this project again, like I would probably just work on my depth with the seeds because I probably did them too deep, which is why like didn't some of them like never really grew. Like I know I grew a lot of like put a lot of carrot seeds, so like only two grew, but better than nothing, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I had like the greatest semester ever, like regardless. And yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best, and take care.